Hello and welcome to this edition of our video book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a book called A World Without Email. This is by Newport and it is a fabulous book because it's trying to help us get back our time to be able to work on the things that are really important. So this book is for you if you've ever found yourself being busy, but feeling like at the end of the day that you've got not a lot done, and also feeling mentally drained because of all of that busyness at work. So I love the story in this book where it talks about IBM when they decided to build a mainframe back when emails were just starting to come in. They'd actually measured the analog work. So they'd looked at things like voice recordings, notes left on people's desks, etc. And so they built their mainframe servers, which cost them quite a lot of money, in the millions, in order to be able to make sure that they were able to support their staff when they introduced emails. Well, in a couple of days, once emails were introduced, they actually blew up the servers through overuse. So one of the things they found from that study was that once emails were introduced, it increased the traffic by up to between 5 to 6 times more than when we were doing the analog work. Because when we were doing the analog work, we would have to look the other person in the eyes and say, oh, here, can you do this for me? Whereas with email, it makes it much easier just to flick work off to someone else. So some of the ideas I loved in this book were that it really is about working with your brain, so focusing your attention rather than what emails does, which is actually disperse or distract our attention. And we end up with a thing called attention residue, where our brain is chopping and changing all the time and each little bit uses a little bit of energy. So a couple of things from this book that I got that were helpful. Reducing emails internally by using things such as project boards or task boards, and also setting up protocols around use of email. So how we converse internally. So maybe we don't use emails internally, we use things such as the project or the task boards and only use emails for our clients. The other thing is having office hour protocols, which I really like. So staff are only expected to do their work during office hours. Understanding that that break time at night gives them time to relax and actually come back more refreshed than someone who's on their emails pretty much 24/7. Another great protocol I read about was the 5-sentence protocol, so short email protocol. If it's any more than 5 sentences, probably requires you to ring the person or go and visit them. One other concept I got from this book that I really liked was specialization principle. So actually do less, but focus on the areas where you value add. And we certainly speak about this a lot in our courses. So that may mean that you stop doing certain things and perhaps outsource certain things. Now, obviously, if you're employed by someone, that may not be possible, but certainly if you're an entrepreneur or a CEO or business owner, absolutely a great tip to do. But even if you're employed, it is worth thinking about, can you outsource some things? So for me, I loved the idea of the book, A World Without Emails, and I certainly loved the concept in terms of using our time far more productively to get great results. Absolutely highly recommend this for everyone to read, particularly if you're feeling overwhelmed by email, because it has some great tips on how to work smarter, not harder. Until next time, stay magical.